let's go fishing. You know it's really great, let's go fishing. In the rivers and on the lakes, let's go fishing. It's easy when you try, floating on the water with good old Steve and Mike. Floating on the water with good old Steve and Mike.
Hey, good evening, folks. Welcome to the Let's Go Fishing Show, and got one of my favorite guests here with me tonight. Got Mike here with me, and Mike, good to have you.
Good to be here.
That makeup he put on you didn't help none.
Didn't. I tried to get him to get me a mask, but they said didn't have one.
Oh my goodness.
Uh-oh.
There's Rick Whitson. Let's see. Rick, I'm doing the show. I'll have to call you back in a few. All right, see you, buddy. All right. Okay. Anyway, want to say hello to Dad.
Yeah.
To Bill. Mm-hmm. Paul Harrison. Good to hear from you, Paul. Mike and Mike Pennington. Mm-hmm. Want to say hello to all those good people we get to associate with at times. Folks, you know, the fishing community has had some bad news here since last weekend. Had a high school tournament down on Pickwick Lake, right above the dam there. And as we all know, the fishing community anyway, they've just been pouring the water out of all of our lakes, Cherokee, Douglas, Norris, Watts Bar, Fort Loudon, Fontana. It's just, we've just had a deluge of rain.
That's for
all
sure.
the lakes are up high, and they've been dropping a whole lot of water. Anyway, had the high school tournament down there last Saturday morning, and all the information that I can find out was the two 15-year-olds and one of them's dad was all in the boat, and they had motor trouble, and at one time they all thought they weren't going to fish at all, was going back home, and wound up, I'm sure they decided to, okay, let's go out and fish, and anyway, don't know if they ever got their motor started or got it running to start with, but anyway, they got swept through the dam, and they haven't found them as of yet. So, those families is heartbroken, and we're saddened too. It's just something that you really don't want to hear about, and especially them out there trying to enjoy something really good. So we're going to observe a moment of silence here and offer a little prayer for that family, and because they're sure going to need it. Amen. All righty. We'll get on with the show, and hope everything goes good with that situation. It's the best that can be expected. One thing before we get into this, we got men's night out. Going to take place tomorrow night, Second Baptist Church there in Clinton. Right before you cross the river, you turn left, and right in front of the fish hatchery, and go up there to Second Baptist Church. It's a $10 entry ticket fee. You get a catfish dinner. Starts at 5:30. Main event at 6:30 or 5:15. Excuse me. The main event starts at 6:30. Their featured speaker is Hank Parker, and another gentleman that was a musician is Chris McDaniel, former member of the Confederate Railroad. Anyway, we've all seen Hank over the years. But they got some excellent door prizes, and they'd sure like to have you up there. And like I said, its price is $10 a ticket. The door prizes, I think you can buy extra tickets. They'd like to probably sell as many as they possibly could. So, but they do have some. I've been up there a couple of times. They have some awesome door prizes. So, be a good thing to look at there tomorrow afternoon, starting at 5:15. Men's Night Out, Second Baptist Church there in Clinton. Yeah, all right. We thank them for sending us that little old flyer there. Get the information right. But anyway, moving right along, Mike, fishing has been horrible.
You got that right.
I mean, just absolutely horrible.
I thought it was slow, but I didn't know it could get bad like that.
Yeah, I don't know if dynamite would do any good. You want to try some tomorrow?
If I wasn't working, I would.
I tell you what, I hadn't had a chance to go, and you did get a chance to go the first of the week and didn't do any good. Tell us about your trip.
Well, I got rained out at work, and got hooked up and took off. Got down there, went to Blue Springs to put in. And when I crossed the river there at 58, across Tennessee, it was rolling mud. And looked over to Clinch, and it looked pretty clear. But anyway, I said, well, I'll go on down. Maybe I'll find some clean water. Well, I got down to Blue Springs, put in, and it was fairly clean. I'd say it was real good, but, it had a little tint to it. But anyway, I figured, well, them fish will be hitting in here. And I fished my way out there several different depths, from 10 foot out to 30 foot, and never got the first strike. And every time I try to get out there and try to find a place on the channel, the current was running so swift and so muddy that it wasn't doing a bit of good. And I went plumb to the Sand Island fishing, and couldn't find nothing down there. And talked to some guys up there in Maple Grove, and they said they hadn't done no good. And I think caught that one little old catfish out there next to the channel. And Stephanie come back, and I thought, well, I'll try up here in Whites Creek. And I went up in there, and still the same situation.
Yeah.
I mean, you could see fish out there, but couldn't get them to bite. Too muddy.
They just hunkered down, I guess, Mike, and not feeding. And
well, the shad minnows dying, floating to the top, fluttering around. You see them all different depths. Not a lot big schools like I had been seeing. So they've changed the water from where it was the other week when it was hitting that 50 degrees, cooled back down again. And I don't think them fish know what to do.
Yeah. Well, that's very possible, because I don't know what to do either. So I know, smart as I am, if them fish don't know what to do, they don't have a chance. So, especially me not knowing. But I'm just kidding about that.
I mean, you'd think they would at least pull back in and try to get out of that current enough to just get on the edge of them creek channels and stuff to where they could break that current, especially try to find a little cleaner water. But they're there, they sure ain't biting, that's for sure.
Yeah. Well, I'm like you. That you'd think, and you and I have fished below Loudon Dam over there a lot over the years, and anywhere you could find something that was breaking that current, you could get a bite usually. And so I don't know what to think about it. But you didn't catch but one catfish.
One little old catfish.
Yeah. So that's a telltale sign that there's not a whole lot going on, except just kind of hunkered down and riding the storm, I guess.
That's about the size of it.
Yeah. Because like I said, I sure hadn't been, and Wesley and I was down there a couple of weeks ago there after church one Sunday, and Dane would hooked two little old stripe in the back of a pocket there, got one of them to the boat, and the other one jumped off before we got him in the boat, so we didn't have any film, or hadn't had any film. So, you know, it's tough conditions right now.
I did have a couple of small bumps, you know, nothing spectacular. It could have been bluegill or something. But it wasn't nothing that you could get a hook in anyway. And I don't know whether they just got so many minnows they tired of feeding on them or what it is, but they sure don't want to seem to bite anything right now. And with that current, I mean, shoot, it was flat rolling through there. So evidently they're expecting a lot more rain, so they're trying to keep the lakes down as much as they can, and probably trying to drop north and
Bill said it.
All the others.
Yeah, Bill. Oh, I talked to him on the way home this afternoon. Said they was dropping it a foot a day. It's down about 5 feet from where it peaked, and said the water was muddy from Andersonville all the way to the dam. To make sense. As a matter of fact, the gentleman that won that tournament they had up there last weekend, I think, caught his fish right there around Andersonville. Where it's clean, and you know, when they're pulling that water down like that, all the dirty water settles out, mixes with the clean coming in behind it, and then works its way to the current of the main channel. So the guys supposedly had drove up there and seen what the water looked like there around Andersonville area, Big Ridge area. Saw it was cleared up quite a bit, so that's where he supposedly caught his fish. Won the tournament, 15 pound, a little over 15 pound, I think. So makes a lot of sense.
It sure does.
You know. Anyway, what we could do is show all the commercials we got while you let you run to Walmart and get us a couple of goldfish.
I need some chartreuse minnows.
I don't know about that. Anyway, Dylan, let's take a little break, and Mike can get us something to drink out of the machine, and we'll come back and we'll talk about some baits we got laying here and a couple other little tricks since we can't catch any fish. All right. Let people know what we represent.
That's what we're all about. We do try to do an honest day's work for the people, and we've got operators from all over the DOE sites, TDA sites, the outside contractors. We're just about everywhere you see a heavy piece of equipment, it's a good chance that you'll see an operating engineer on it, whether it be Barnhard. I'd like to mention them, All Crane, and all of them that's signatory to us. We have over 100 contractors that's signatory to us, so I definitely appreciate those guys all the way in Chattanooga, Kingsport, Tullahoma, throughout all the way up to Johnson City. So we do cover a big area, and just let us know if we can be any help to local contractors that come through these areas. We'll definitely send you some people.
All right, David. I appreciate all those good words, and we'll get this on the air, and I want to thank you again.
Thank you.
All right. Okay, folks, welcome to the Edgemore Outdoors. I'm over here with Vance and Jim today. They've had several customers in. Just give you a little I deal with a whole shop. You guys have seen it. You know what's in here. I mean, it's, you know, everything that you're looking for, and then just keep getting all the new stuff in. So we're going to get over here to the counter and visit with Vance. He's been making a list, and we got a bunch of reels up on the cabinet, and we're going to take a look at that. You know, everything in the world in here, fishing lures, lines, plastics, sunglasses, all kinds of baits, swim baits, jigs, spinner baits, plugs, rods, reels, boat saver. I mean, it's all here. So come by and see Edgemore. We'll get over here and see what Vance has got us here on the counter. All right, folks, I'm here with Vance behind the counter. Vance, what you got laid up here for us, bud?
What we got here is some newer Daiwa spinning reels and a Daiwa Tatula CT bait caster.
Uh-huh.
And then we also got a newer Lew's bait caster here. It's a Tournament Pro.
Yeah.
We got some new Dixie Custom feather stick rods here.
So now, you've been bragging about that rod a whole lot. Let's hear about it.
Well, this rod's a little bit lighter than the other models. It's also, the blank is made thinner. And
Yeah.
instead of just red foam, it's got actual red wind grips on there for it.
Uh-huh.
So that's a real nice rod there.
Well, I picked it up. I sure did like it. It is light
Yeah.
about that, and it's got some good backbone to it to be that light. So that's a plus. Now, what about these two reels right here,
We got
Lance?
a Daiwa Revros here, that's $49.99.
Mm-hmm.
And a Daiwa Exceller here, $79.99.
And, well, I tell you what, they sure feel smooth
Yeah,
to me.
they're light, they're smooth. It's a real good quality reel for the money there.
Okay.
We also got Mega Bass. Got
Yeah.
all that in here.
Got some mega bass
Got
and
Mega Bass. Yep. We got some new braid, different kinds of braid that is fluorescent.
yeah.
Glows under high vis.
Okay.
Got the Tokyo rigs. Got new VMC Nico shroom weights.
Yeah. All right. Well, listen, folks, get by here, see Edgemore Outdoors. Jim or Vance will be here. Got live bait, night crawlers. I mean, you know, hey, if we don't have it here, you don't need it. So get by here and visit with Edgemore Outdoors. All right, folks, we're back and got a couple of little things here. Talked to a gentleman last week that watched the show, and he said he kept waiting on us to talk about the color of the baits that we've been fishing, Mike, and this, that, and the other. So I'm going to, Mike, I know you're awful bad about having these plastics all over the place in your boat, you know. And, so I've been using these shower curtain rings for a pretty good while. You can take that little old ring right there and let Dylan get a close-up of it, because I know you all know what I'm talking about. Anyway, you put 8 or 10 bags of trailers on there. Let me get it over here. There we go. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. And then, I don't know, at least 2, 4, 6, 8, about 10 or 12 bags of that. Sometimes I may have 15 on the ring, and it just kind of keeps them, I can put all the chunks on one loop, and the lizards on another loop, and the crawdads on another loop, and when you pick it up, you've got 10 or 12 bags of plastics there all together, different shapes, sizes, and colors. And Mike, they're kind of grouped together.
Yep.
And it's sure a lot. That doesn't take up near as much room as one of them plastic boxes.
No.
So that's just a little trick. And I know they make a rack in some of the boats that's got it's a metal bar with the clips on it, and you hang your baits in there, and I just use that little old shower curtain ring right there, and I will tell you this, Mike, when you go to rubbing that salt on it, that thing's going to kind of get corroded a little bit at times. You just toss it away and get another. Mm-hmm. Because most of the stuff about all the plastics that we're dealing with has got solvent in the bag, you know, been treated with the salt and this, that, and the other. But anyway, just wanted to pass that little tip along. Yeah, like I said, I can go home if I got night fishing trailers, 3 or 4 rings full of them in the boat, and I'm day fishing. I can toss them out, put them on the shelf, and do the vice versa with the other trailers and stuff. It works out pretty good. Mm-hmm. Pretty good. I can't complain a bit about it. And then, like I said, I pick a ring up and flip through there and find the one that I'm looking for, get it out of the bag, and be ready to go.
Yeah.
So, now, what have you got for us, Mike?
Well, there's so much salt in that plastic anymore.
Yeah.
Unless you got a stainless steel hook.
Yeah.
And you put it up on your bait, and then you hook it on your rod and stick it in the rod box or something, and the next time you pull it out, a week later or something, then all of a sudden your hook's done rusted up.
That's a fact.
That salt just wears them hooks out.
Yeah, it sure does, Mike, without a doubt. It will do it.
It'll mess your bait up, and then it'll get to rusting and cause everything else in your box to go to rusting too.
Yeah.
And, so it's best is take that stuff off your jig or your fly or whatever before you put it up, you know.
I agree. He's got your jigs on there. Tell us about this guy here, Mike.
This is my buddy from up here at Clinton, Brad. He's started tying jigs. It's called Brad's Jigs, and he tied me a couple of them and brought them in and give them to me at work there and stuff. And I told him if I got a chance, I'd fish with him a little bit and see how they do and everything. He's tying a good-looking jig. He's both the 3/8 jigs. And it's a green pumpkin job here with a little orange on it, and it's kind of a little multicolored. It's got a little that green pumpkin and black, and looks like some watermelon mixed in with it there, and you got a little orange in it. A good looking jig. Ought to work good in dingy water.
Yeah, I'll hold it up there one more time, let Dylan get a good picture of that. It is a good looking jig. He's definitely done a good job on them, ain't no doubt about that. He ain't gonna want them back, is he?
No, I don't think so. Not unless I get to catching a lot of fish.
Yeah, good.
But anyway, I was trading out with him, talking with him there this morning. I give him one of my big knockers and this morning, and give him a couple of them little ones last week and stuff there. But his phone number is 865-740-9556. Yeah, he lives up there in Clinton, works for that electrical outfit Beltline there. He seemed like a pretty nice fella there. I like him a lot.
Yeah. Well, good.
Maybe he'll get into fishing a little bit more or something. But,
we'd like him a lot more if he'd come on with more of them jigs, wouldn't
we? Well, I don't seem to be having time to tie any.
I know. But wait a long time to use them.
Yeah, that's for sure. Time to use them.
That's a fact.
But over the years, we've like I say, we've made about every kind of bait you could possibly make, and throw, and try out and stuff. And it's just a matter of whether you got time to do it anymore.
I agree with that. But yeah, them's good-looking jigs. So you ain't doing nothing wrong there. I'll tell you that right now. Looks good. Looks good-looking job, without a doubt.
Got a nice head there. Got the little.
Football head?
Yeah, got the little keeper barb sticking up in it to hold your trailer up on it and stuff there.
Yeah.
Would be a good head to throw a grub or something on too.
Oh yeah.
You know.
Yeah. I mean, nothing wrong with that football head.
Probably got several different sizes and stuff in it.
Mm-hmm.
And everything. But anyway, I'll get a chance to talk to him a little more and figure out some stuff there from him. Maybe we can help him out and he can help us out a little.
Yeah, sounds like a
You,
good deal.
you hang up and break them off an awful lot. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, right. Yeah. I know who does the hanging up. That made me think of something else there that wanted to mention, and about these plastics on this ring right here. Like I said, you get to handling the salt out, on the bait, and then you handle the hook, that little metal ring. It'll get corroded up and this kind of stuff, and just, they're not that expensive. And wife said they have plenty of them at the, places like Walmart and Dollar Store and this, that, and the other. If you could find some plastic ones, that'd be even better. But most of the plastic ones I saw wouldn't fit through the hole punched in the bag.
No,
So,
no, they won't.
I stick with the metal jobs, but I just keep, 8 or 10 extras laying around, and one of them gets a little bit corroded, I'll put a new one on there.
Yeah, that'll get you some stainless wire and make your own like they used to do. What do they call it? Squirrel pen. They used to
Yeah.
wrap them and bring them out there and make a little
Heck, Mike,
catch on. They'd hang all them squirrels on them and stuff.
yeah, if I had time to unhook all that, I would have time to make my own baits. I ain't got that much kind of time. I'm too big a hurry to get
that's
the
for
bait
sure.
on there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Shoot. Yeah, if it wasn't for having to pick them back up, I'd pour them all out on the floor of the boat, and that way I just reach and grab one.
That's right.
Like you do them minnows when they're flopping around.
Yeah. Wesley pretty much does that anyway, don't he?
Yeah, that's about it. But some of these baits I got on here, they're there for the Ned rig. A
Yeah.
whole lot of them for the Ned rig. There's that yellow and white slider with the chartreuse tail. There's the pearl slider with the chartreuse tail, and this is the silver and green back with the gray belly on it. Let's see what color they're calling that. Yeah, the bass grub is what it, baby bass, that's the color on it. And, got some Dominky minnows here, and just on and on. But like I said, I throwed all that together for the Ned rig, and there's that morning dawn in the little skinny worm for the Ned rig, and on, got a little bit of everything. But like I said, try that little trick right there, see if it works for you. It works, I think, for me awful well. I don't know how many of them in my box there. I know probably 7 or 8. It's got bags of stuff hooked to them, different things, trailers and crawdads and lizards and just swim baits, just on and on. Mike, you heard any boys talk about fishing reports? You heard anything?
Not a thing. All the ones I'm around over is like me. They're working so much they ain't had time to do anything. With all this rain, every minute they can, they're trying to work. So
There's a tournament on Watts Bar down at Tom Fuller Park Saturday. Chances are I may fish it. I can't think the name of the tournament. Watts Bar Open or something like that. Down there this Saturday. It's supposed to be in the 20s, so it'll probably be just right if you was going to water ski.
that's right. We've seen them doing it.
Yeah, we sure have. I ain't no two ways about it. Don't want nothing to do with that, but it's going to be pretty cool.
I think it's pretty funny when that fell out there. Me and
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, I do too. Hey, buddy.
He didn't try it no more, did he?
No, he sure didn't. I figured he'd get back up and holler take off again, but he got in the boat. And then had a wetsuit on, you know, and shoot for.
Come down through there, that one ski and
Yeah.
whooping from side to side.
Yep. Water about 45 degrees. Whew. Don't even want to think about it. But anyway, I don't guess you're going to show that 2 minutes of film you got.
We can, but ain't gonna show nothing but that one catfish.
Okay, well, let's show it so we can clean the camera up. What do you say, Dylan? All right, put it on there.
Finally got hooked up here. Yeah, that's what I thought. Catfish. Got himself in a knot, didn't he? All right, you crazy right go. Get back out here. What a mess. All right, we'll try it again. Okay, folks. Today it's been one wild day now. Trying to find some clean water and trying to find some deeper water that's clean. It's been hard to do. I've been come down to Sand Island and all over. The main channel is just rolling clear mud, and come back up here and toward White Creek, and it's still got color to it. And about every place I've been's got color to it. And I don't know. It's just, you can see the fish out there, but you just can't get them to bite. So anyway, we're gonna call it a day and head to the house and see if we can get about his upper, and maybe we'll get to try it again when it clears up a little bit. Remember the sponsors, and let's go fishing.
All right, just got a picture from a gentleman on my phone right here, and man, it said just got one, but boy, it's a nice one. I'm telling you, it's a dandy. It looks like 5 or better.
Yeah, every bit of it.
Maybe he'll call in and give us a little heads up here on what's going on. A nice fish, that's for sure. I'll try to get this forwarded on to Dylan when we take the next break here, and maybe he can show it to her. All righty, Dylan, take us to a break, will you? All right. Let's see.
Okay.
Hey folks, I'm here at Reynolds Racing and Marine, 620 Ray Street here in Kingston. Got Mr. Glenn Reynolds here with us. Glenn, tell us about this beautiful bullet boat sitting here.
Okay, this is the latest deal. It's called SST. It's 21 foot long. Has a lot of key features inside. It's got three coolers, so you keep your beverages plenty cool. Got a little wider front end up front. And it's got the recessed foot pedal for the new Spotlight trolling motors that I'm going to try to sell Steve one.
Yes, sir.
And it's a pretty silver and red.
Boy, it's beautiful. It really
got
is.
the new 250R.
250R on that thing, folks. Man, this thing looks sharp.
That's just one boat. Of course, we got it in the background here.
Yeah.
We've got several side-by-sides.
Oh, yes. Yes.
And then...
there's the big 5-seater. That's a 5-seater. Man, dadgummit,
so we've
Glenn.
got a lot of side-by-sides.
Yes, sir.
And then we've got, of course, this is
Allison?
this is Allison Color Pro Series.
Yeah.
It's called a Pro Elite.
Pro Elite, okay.
And it's got, I guess here is some of the, you can get this.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, man. Got a TV screen in the front, Glenn.
Yeah. And then it raises it up, it's called an E-pad.
Right.
And Allison has a patent on this, I think. And you can raise it up where you can if you're a tall guy, you can still see
See it, yeah, yeah.
That's sort of unique.
Uh-huh.
And then, of course, we've got the Allisons and the bullets on this side.
Right. Oh, man. We've got the twin yellows here, don't we?
Got the twin yellows. One's
Yes,
yellow
sir.
and white, one's yellow and black.
Yeah.
This one will be in Mercury's brochure. I went down and made some pictures at Joe
Oh.
River Lake, and it should be coming out pretty soon in the brochure.
Right, right.
And of course, it has a E-pad, it has a
It's
spot
the
lock.
Uh-huh,
I call it Ultrex.
right.
Now this is called a 21 RDC. It's a raised deck
Right.
wheel console,
Uh-huh.
and it's one of my favorites.
Yeah, and it's
It's one of my favorites.
It's a beautiful boat.
Good.
yes, sir.
And now it's got the new 300R on it.
Uh-huh. $300, man.
But we can mix and match any engine combination
combination.
just about you want.
Yeah,
Some people want 300, some wants 200, some wants 250s.
yeah.
And but we're normally selling 250 and $300. You say.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
So we got a lot of stuff.
A lot of stuff, Glenn. Glenn, you want to mention something about the pontoon boat sitting over there?
Yeah, let's do that.
All right. All right, folks, we're back, and I tell you what, Jeff Parrott's going to give us a call here in just a minute. He's got some info to pass along about the men's night out, and also the kayak fishermen. Mm-hmm. So, Jeff, go ahead and ring us up there, and we'll get you on air, buddy.
Yeah. Yeah, I figured he'd done called back.
Okay, we'll move right along. He'll give us a buzz. I'll tell you what, Dylan, put that picture up. That's worth 1,000 words right there.
You got that right.
Dang it, man.
That's a
Just got one, he said.
Yeah, look how fat that rascal is.
Yeah, he blocked out his phone and everything.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So he ain't letting any secrets out, is he?
No. That rascal's full of eggs, ain't no doubt about that.
Oh yeah, she's getting full of eggs. That's a fact.
The Miners down there, she had
There he
trouble.
is. All right, let's see who we got here. Hello.
Hey, this is Jeff Parrott again. I'll hold for Steve.
Yeah, this is me. Go ahead, Jeff.
Oh, okay, good. Are we live and on the air?
Yeah, we sure are. Go ahead.
Sounds good. Hello, Mike. How are you doing tonight as well?
Doing fine, bud, doing fine.
Good. Just wanted to give a quick mention there, Steve, that tomorrow night, part of the outdoor festivities is my good kayak buddy, Curtis Perez. He's from Clinton, Tennessee, and Curtis is going to have his kayak set up out there. I think there's going to be some other boaters as well out in the front parking lot, and Curtis is going to have a typical kayak set up there for people that might be interested in just kind of knowing a little bit about what's going on in the kayak world and what they look like, what kind of equipment is there. And I'm going to be there assisting Curtis, and hopefully people can stop by and say hello.
Oh man, That sounds great, Jeff. That's wonderful. Answer a lot of questions that people might have had the other week when you was on with us, and there's nothing like seeing the real thing.
That's right, and of course that's about the only action we're having right now. I know how Mike feels there. The water's still kind of messed up just about everywhere, including a little bit on Norse where we go quite often. So I know how Mike feels when he's down there trying to crappie fish there on that last video. But anyway, we'll have a kayak set up there, and I'm going to go ahead and bring my little television monitor, and I think we've got some extra video clips that we'll just kind of show in the background. But we'll just let your viewers know that we'll be there if anybody wants to stop by and say hello to Curtis Perez or myself, Jeff Parrott. It's always good to help people along and kind of give them a little bit of education about what we're doing out there on the water as well.
Man, that sounds great, Jeff. I'm glad you called in and let us know that. Yeah, that's wonderful.
That sounds good. Well, we appreciate it. I hope that we can answer some questions. I know we ran out of time there a couple of weeks ago on the show where I was one of your all's guests, and I do appreciate that. But hopefully, if there were some people watching, if they do show up at the men's night out at the church there, we'll be able to greet a few of them there as they come in. And again, I think there's going to be some other power boats set up out there as well. And hopefully the weather won't snow us out or be too cold for us, Steve.
Yeah, well, I hope so. I hope it works out. It may get a little chilly there tomorrow after the sun goes down, but hopefully before that, you guys will have a pretty good crowd.
That sounds good. Well, thanks again for letting me call in, Steve, and once again, thank you, Mike. I always enjoy your all's videos. You all do a great job, and maybe we'll run into you guys very soon. And good luck fishing, fellas.
Buddy, same to you, Jeff, and it's been a pleasure of ours to have you on with us. It's a really interesting show we put on, I thought, and hey, man, you know we're gonna do it again.
Call me anytime, fellas. Good luck to both of you guys, and we'll talk soon.
All right, thank you, Jeff.
Goodbye.
See you, buddy. All right, good to hear from Jeff there. I thought he'd done a real good job a few weeks ago when he was on with us. And, you know, this kayak fishing, Mike, that might be why you ain't catching any crappie.
Maybe.
You know, I mean, you kind of be, you know, a little bit quieter and that kind of thing. You might do a little better. You ought to try that.
Slip up on them, huh?
Yeah, slip up on them there. Yeah. And ain't nothing wrong with that if you can catch them.
Well, I know. Shoot, any way you can catch them is a good way.
Yeah. But that gentleman that sent the picture, I'm glad he done that. At least we know there's one in the lake.
Yes, sir.
You know, for sure. So that's a nice fish. That's a nice looking bass. That looked really well. Ain't no two ways about it. But anyway, we're going to move right along. We don't have a whole lot more going on, but let me, I can't think, the watch bar, something there Saturday. Rick told me and I forgot. Dang it. Can't remember from one day to the next hardly. But Mike, get back to the safety aspect of things, you know, about wearing your life jacket and that kind of thing. That swift water is nothing to fool with.
Oh, no. Especially you get around them dams.
Yeah. I mean, you get sucked through there before you know it. Mike and I, we used to, well, there we go again. I hope that's another one of them big bass. We'll see what it looks like here. You know, we used to fish them smallmouth tournaments, and we'd blast off from White's Creek and or put in at Loudon and go downstream and fish back upstream, crank the big motor up or the big engine up and put it in gear, and because, you know, the trolling motor would pull us, but it was just a tad slow, and you sit there, that thing on high, and so we learned to crank the big engine up, put the thing in gear, and use the trolling motor in medium speed to kind of kick us around and keep us going straight and that kind of thing. But you know,
Throw up here and down there.
That's right. It was. It's a different thing, but that just goes to show you how powerful the water is. And so, what I wanted to get back to was be safe, be smart. You know, when you take a wide area and you go to pulling it through a small, it's like a funnel. When you get into the funnel part, it's over.
Got that right.
Like that guy said, you know, he said, in the fishing there, boy at work told me, said, yes, the guy told me it probably took at least a 50 horsepower motor to keep me moving in that swift water. And, you know, that's probably true. So just be careful with this way these dams are dumping water right now. You just want to, you know, kind of shy away from them a little bit.
It does, but you know, you take Norris and it puts out so much water, and then you got contributaries going on down below it there in the Milton Hill that runs into it, you know, Beaver Creek or whatever, Bull Run Creeks and all that, adds more water to it. So Milton Hill's got to run just as much as Norris does, if not more.
Yeah.
And just keeps multiplying as you go on down to Tennessee. He's running in with the Clinch, and then you go on down. Time you get to Pickwick, you know, when we put in down there at Florence and pulled out there another bridge and started up toward the dam, you was running half throttle just to stand still.
Yeah.
You know, there's that much water coming through, so, you know, I could see where it swept them fellers away down there.
Yeah, I agree.
As much current as they running through there. And that wasn't no the time of year when they was having floods like that, you know, when we was down there fishing at it. So it's a lot of water going through them dams down through there. Sure is. Sure is. I mean, tell you.
Without a doubt. There's no doubt about it. So it's nothing to take lightly. When you're, you know, in that zone, when you get in by those marker buoys that's out there in front of the dam telling you about dangerous waters, that's exactly what they mean.
Yes, sir.
So
above or below the dam there.
Yeah.
When they got floodgates open, you better be way away from it.
Yeah, that's a fact. It'll pull you through there before you know what's going on. I mean, anyway, just be careful and be respectful of this high water discharging going on and that kind of thing. Sure don't want to get in the wrong place. And shucks fish in the back of the creeks, Mike.
That's right. You know, I've talking to some of the guys at work, and we was talking about the Carolina rigs, and said they didn't like to fish them because had too many knots to tie and too much stuff to rig up. And I said, well, I got rid of all that. Said I figured out how to do it without that. And he said, what are you doing? And I said, well, I took a piece of O-ring, it's like the black part of this pen right here, and I said I stuck a needle through that thing. And I said then I put my line through the needle just like you do sewing thread, and took that little old screwdriver and drilled a hole in it and stuck the needle in there and wet that thing and take a pair of pliers and pull that needle through there, and it pulled that line through that dang little old piece of O-ring. And then I wet that line, slide it up on there, and tie one knot, which you normally tie anyway. Put my hook on there, and then I can adjust that thing wherever I want, for if I want a 18-inch leader or a 4-foot leader. And you ain't got but one knot to deal with. And if the line gets a little frays in it, you just wet it and slide that on up, cut it off, tie you in one knot on your hook again. You're right back in business. Whether you're fishing lizards or worms or whatever on it. That's the best way I know to fish that Carolina rig especially. Had awful good success out of it because I remember when you and Baxter was using them glass beads.
Yeah.
And every time he'd set the hook, he's cutting his line.
Yeah.
Glass beading.
Well, Mike, sometimes you try stuff that don't work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You know, but, I use them plastic beads, you know. And,
yeah.
You can buy them at Walmart, a whole sack full of them for nothing. So it works pretty good too. And that deal with them frogs and stuff, with them little plastic bead in front of your hook.
Yeah.
When you're fishing them rivets or frogs or something, it does work wonders on keeping that grass and stuff off your dang bait.
Right, right.
That works out pretty good.
Well, that's true. Every little trick helps, Mike, without a doubt. Just got four more pictures in from this I guess you'd call it a block collar, Mike.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. Maybe
Yeah,
he needs the number of the station instead of
he
you.
don't want you to know what state he's in or what number he's calling from or whatever.
You reckon he's
But
from
he
Florida?
got some nice pictures here that
Yeah.
he caught last week, he said.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, we're glad to have them. I won't try to show them tonight, but we'll save them for next week, because who knows? We're probably going to need to go fish.
He may not want his partner to know that he slipped off and went fishing.
May not. How much time we got, Dylan? Got about 9 minutes? Well, that's good. That's wonderful. Folks, do remember our sponsors. Want to thank Pamela Ann's Fudge and Candies down there for the strawberries. They've got the granddaughters and my 2 daughters and my wife there for Valentine's Day. I just got all kinds of pats on the back for that. They was surprised. They didn't know anything about it, and let alone the things were delicious, but do remember them. They do a great job with all their stuff that they fix down there, and we really appreciate them helping us keep the show on there, Mike.
Most definitely.
Also, I have to apologize. I did not get in contact with Reynolds Racing and Marine today. I probably mentioned last week that Stratus that Glenn had down there, that sold it to a boy I work with, he went down there and looked at it and told him to get it ready. I told him, I said, Glenn said that thing was like a new one, and he come back to work that following week or the next week and told me, he said, buddy, you was right. So that boat looked like it come out of the showroom. And why he was said why I was backed up there trying to hook to it, so this guy was trying to buy it. Oh, I said, well, heck, you should have just sold it to him. And turned around and got you another one. But anyway, do remember Reynolds Racing and Marine. They've got some, I don't know if he sold those. I wanted to ask him today if he had moved those bullocks that he had priced over here a few weeks ago when he was on the show with us. And then, we still got the Mercury repair thing going on. So, be glad to get down there and look it over what he's got. And if you don't particularly like certain things about it, he can order, especially he likes to get those express boats, this kind of custom built. Whatever you'd like to have on one, he pretty much fix you up. Plus they got the 3 different brands. They got Mercury's, Yamahas, and the Honda engines down there. Take your pick on the whatever one that you might be interested in. He's got all 3 of them available. Mike, the Optimaxes like we've got they're going away.
Yeah. If you ain't got one now, you'll be lucky to find one.
Yeah. These U4 strokes there'll be a point where they won't be any of the Optimaxes up there, for sale. So it'll all be the 4-stroke stuff.
Yeah, I don't even know if Glenn's even got any more of them left.
I don't know whether he has either, Mike. Just tell you the truth about it. We'll see. I don't know. I'll just have to find out. He told me he had a couple there a few weeks ago, but I don't know if they're still there or not. For sure. All righty. Tim's Tires, folks, remember them down there going into Harriman on 27 there. Heck, what do you say about an outfit like that? I mean, listen, folks, they put on a lot of tires down there.
Yeah, that's where the rubber meets the road right there.
That's exactly right, Mike. No doubt about it. They put on a lot of tires, and you know, it's because they do a lot of business. And it's because of the price, and you know, you got. Well, they just got so many different brands available to them, and you know, they do a lot of tire business, but they do a good job getting them on. If you're looking for a set of tires at income tax time, go by there. Guarantee you won't beat the price. You can price shop them, compare them to somebody else's same brand tires, and they won't hold them alike.
That's right.
But do remember our sponsors, Edgemore Outdoors. What do you say? That's yeah. Like I said in that little old film I shot there, if they don't have it, you don't need it.
That's for sure.
I mean, Jim's got one of the finest sporting goods stores around this parts anywhere. I mean, it's well lit up, it's well kept. You know, you can bend over in the aisles and look down to see what you're looking at and that kind of thing. It's just, they keep all the new stuff coming in. So Edgemore Outdoors, we really appreciate them being a sponsor of the show. Let's see, did we get everybody? IUOE.
Yes, sir.
I want to thank them for continuing sponsoring the show. We saw a little bit of the film for that at the start. Next week we'll have some pictures that we'll show, but we really appreciate that group of people that's advertising with us. Anyway, Mike, what else you got, Dylan? That about it? Anyway, the Lady Vols were playing tonight, but they were on the computer, I think, Mike. Don't know how that's turning out. I just hate to see them get in these ball games and lose them right there in the last, have a lead and lose it the same way the men's been doing the last 4 or 5 games, you know, that kind of thing. So, Sherry said you wouldn't have any competition tonight. Yeah, so we'll see. Anyway, folks, remember tomorrow night, men's night out, Second Baptist Church in Clinton. God bless you all. Be safe and have a good week. See you next week.
Country Fresh Foods. You may not know the name, but you definitely know the taste. Our homemade fudge is shipped all over the country. Its quality is unmatched, and it's made right here in Oliver Springs. But you don't have to travel all over to enjoy it. You can get it right here at our retail store, Pamela Ann's Fudge, Candy, and Gifts. The highest quality fudge in a countless variety of flavors. And we also carry a variety of candy and unique gifts for you to enjoy. Come enjoy the taste you have loved for years at Pamela Ann's Fudge, Candy, and Gifts in Oliver Springs, a division of Country Fresh Foods.
Let's go fishing. You know it's really great. Let's go fishing. In the rivers and on the lakes. Let's go fishing. It's easy when you try. Floating on the water with good old Steve and Mike. Floating on the water with good old Steve and Mike.